Okay, so welcome to day two of the Reset Your Routine Challenge. So today is a mindset reset, and it's all about going from overwhelm to intentionality. And as you know, this has a holiday theme because we're in that right now. And so I'm going to be talking about some things that apply more so to the holidays, but this can apply to any time of your life when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when it's just feeling like too much. So, I would love to give you some tools today to move from the stress and the overwhelm into intentionality, trust, and peace. Hi, Shalou. Good morning. Okay, so this really plays off the podcast that I posted today, which again, highly, highly, highly recommend listening to. But when you are feeling overwhelmed or anxious or stressed out, it's typically coming from a feeling of scarcity. There's not enough time, there's not enough money, there's not enough energy. Like it just it's like you don't have enough resources to do what you need to do, or it can feel like too much, right? Too much to do, too many commitments, too many people to deal with. It's just like you don't feel capable on some level. And then you get into this energy of, I have to do this instead of I get to do this. And what a blessing. So when we're in the stress and overwhelm, we are really missing the beauty of life. We're missing the miracle of life. So it's this like I have to do it that puts you on the hamster wheel. You all know what that feels like. Puts you in this sort of rat race feeling where life feels out of control, life feels hard, life feels like a burden. And there's so many people living in this mindset of like life is hard, and life is hard sometimes, right? But it's also not hard all the time. And having this primary belief that life is hard, life is a struggle, is really robbing you of the truth that even when life is a struggle, there are so many blessings. So when you're feeling this, like, I have to do it, life feels like a burden, there's an underlying belief that you're not capable of dealing with whatever you're struggling with. And so then you start to feel disappointment, shame. Am I strobing here? Sadness, anxiety, fear, because right, something from the past, right? You might have a memory of like where you weren't capable of something, or there might be a painful experience that arises randomly. I know some of you dropped in the chat, like you've had some life circumstances that have been really, really challenging, unexpected, right? Life is going to sometimes throw you a curveball, and that can be especially challenging during the holiday season. But this is just life in general. Like something my coach says is life is 50-50. Like when you die and you look back, like you get to look down on your life, it's going to have been 50% good, 50% positive, and 50% negative. And that is good news, right? Because it's like sometimes it feels like life is more like 80% negative and 20% positive. Sometimes life feels like it's 80% positive and 20% negative, right? It fluctuates, but like at the end of the day, at the end of it all, it's going to be 50-50 for every person, right? That's that like nobody gets out of that no matter how much fame or success they seem to have on the surface. So when you do get stuck in the negative, you get stuck in these feelings of stress and overwhelm, you miss the blessings and you have a really hard time being present and able to enjoy life. And so this is where I want to tap into how your daily routine, your daily spiritual practice, while yes, we are cultivating, I'm going to do a post on this today. It's like you get what you practice, right? Like it is an opportunity to practice feeling joyful, practice feeling positive, practice feeling all these wonderful emotions so you get more of that. But it's also an opportunity to feel negative emotions and to heal yourself. So that space that you have set aside for yourself every day, it's got to be both. A lot of us, especially if you don't have a daily practice, a daily routine for yourself, you may be somebody who stuffs your emotions down. You might turn to bad habits like eating or drinking, or you might outburst on people. You have these like breakdowns because you can't handle like all the feelings that arise. And this is something that I think can definitely happen at during the holidays, right? You see these like, in movies and stuff where people are like getting in these crazy fights at the dinner table, or somebody storms off, or do you know what I mean? Like this can be a definitely a heightened time. And so I think it's really crucial to have space set aside to learn how to use and navigate and alchemize your negative emotions so they don't turn into disease and you don't end up in a situation like a wake up call, like a car accident or what have you, where it forces you to slow down and feel. Like, I really think it's important that you purposely face and process and feel your negative emotions, because if you don't do that, like, I really do believe, I'm of like the Louise Hay mentality, if you're familiar with her work, that like negative emotions get stuck in your body. They get stuck in your energy field, and then they can manifest as physical diseases. Or you see these people, I work with a lot of these people who are like workaholics, and then, something really, like, they get into a car accident or they break their foot or something where they are forced to slow down and heal. And like, you don't want to have to be forced into that wake up call situation. So that's why we want to be proactive. So today's routine is about slowing down, learning to feel and heal the anxiety and the overwhelm and the negative emotions so they don't leak out into the rest of your day. Because if you don't face them intentionally, it is likely that you're going to outburst on somebody who really doesn't deserve it, because you just like can't handle it anymore and you have to have a release. So this is a practice I'm going to share with you today, is about learning to be there for yourself and have your own back. And that is part of what a routine is too, is this like showing up for yourself every day, being there for yourself every day, like you would a dear friend or a lover. It's like having that relationship with yourself like you would with the most important person of your life, which really should be you. Okay, so you should be the most important person in your life. So the message here is your daily routine isn't always going to feel positive and uplifting, and that's okay. We're not like, I know some of you as my clients, right? It's like, my meditation, like I don't feel like I'm like connecting, or it doesn't feel good, or it doesn't feel like how I want it to feel. And it's like, yeah, it's not like, this isn't like we're not using our daily routine to check out. We're using it to check in. And so, with that said, like sometimes your meditation is going to feel horrible. Sometimes you're going to be crying through it. Sometimes you're going to be angry. Sometimes you're going to be resisting it the whole time. And that is perfect. That's beautiful. That's great, because if you're not doing that in your routine, that's going to have to come out somewhere else. So you might as well deal with it yourself, and then you get to go be the lighthouse for other people. So this, again, especially with the holidays, like there might be more stress. I know, like with some of my clients who are single, there can be like a lot of feelings coming up during the holidays of like, I still don't have a partner. I'm going to all these holiday parties alone. Like you gotta feel those feelings. It's okay to feel disappointed. And something I also want to offer to you is, if you're somebody who's manifesting and creating your life, which I know all of you are, like your manifestations don't stop because you feel negative. Like I used to hold myself to such this high standard of like, oh, I have a bad day or I feel negative, and now like I've held my manifestations back, and I don't believe that to be true. I believe that like as long as you're processing your emotions in a safe way, in a way that is like not going to negatively impact other people, then you're not slowing your manifestations down. You're actually clearing the blockages that are in the way of them. And so this is where we're going to use EFT tapping. I know some of you have done, I think most of you have done EFT tapping, but it's worth doing again. It's something that, I was in a time in my life where I tapped every single morning. And there's sometimes when I'm like dealing with a lot of disappointment or a lot of heavy emotions, that tapping is like kind of in my daily practice. I'm in a period right now where I'm not tapping every single day. I'm doing it more as needed. So you can kind of figure, and some people like really love the tapping and don't as much connect with the Kundalini or the journaling. So, you might be somebody like, there are people, a lot of like pretty well-known thought leaders out there who are just like, they've tapped their way to millions and a great relationship, and it's really a practice that works for them. So you know yourself best. Okay, so let's get into the routine. So we're going to start with a little bit of journaling. And then we are going to move into an EFT tapping to clear stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. Okay, so please grab your journal. I'll get a little journaling music going. And the first prompt is, what is currently causing me the most stress, anxiety, and overwhelm? And this is quick journaling. We're not spending a ton of time here because we got to get to our tapping. So just quick stream of consciousness. Okay. The next question. Are these stressors within my control? If not, how can I let them go? Maybe I'll drop these in the chat just because it is I'm like noticing this question. Okay. What thoughts or beliefs might be amplifying the overwhelm? Might be amplifying. It's more of like a clearing day, and so that's why it's gonna be more journaling and tapping. More of like a clearing versus like I said, all okay, this next one is really good. What message does my inner child need to hear about this situation that would help them calm down?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. What message does my inner child need to hear about this situation that would help them calm down and feel safe? I dropped it in the chat too. Trust yourself. Don't overthink it. This was really meant to be just an exploratory exercise. You can't really get this right or wrong. The next question, when you're ready, how might this experience actually be teaching you something valuable? How might this experience actually be teaching you? Okay, the next one, when you're ready, how can I show kindness and compassion towards myself today? How can I show kindness and compassion towards myself today? And then finally, when you're ready, how is everything actually going better than my brain tells me? How is everything actually going better than my brain tells me? All right, start wrapping that up, and then we are going to move into a little tap, tap, tapping. And for this, I would suggest taking a big drink of water if it's handy or whatever you're drinking. Take Get hydrated now. Okay, very beautiful. Okay, so I explained tapping on the first day. Hopefully, you all listened to that call, but this basically works on meridian points in the body, energy channels in the body to clear stuck emotions. And it just helps you to rewire the thoughts that we're going to say while we tap. You're saying these thoughts, and some of them are going to be like more quote unquote negative, but we're bringing them up to clear them and then putting these feelings of relaxation into the body so that you respond to that situation differently. And when you do this consistently, you will be approached with that same challenge or negative habit or whatever that thing is that causes the anxiety, and you will have a different response because you've trained your body to respond differently during the tapping. So it's very profound. It's a very profound practice. Okay, so you're gonna start by tapping on the, no, first of all, I want you to bring up whatever. So in the question one, what is currently causing me the most stress, anxiety, and overwhelm? Now I want you to bring your awareness to what that is and give it a number 1 through 10, one being the least triggering and 10 being like it's super triggering. There's a lot of emotions and feeling around it, and just give it a number 1 through 10. Okay. And it's okay for it to be intense at first. Sometimes it's even better to tap when there's some intensity. Okay. Now begin by tapping on the karate chop point of either hand. It does not matter which hand you start with. And you're all muted, so you're just gonna repeat after me, and you just repeat out loud, and we won't hear you on the recording, okay? Even though I feel all of this stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, I completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I feel all of this stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, I completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I feel all of this anxiety, stress, and overwhelm, I completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Starting with the eyebrow, right at the start of the eyebrow, 2 fingers, start tapping this point and repeat after me. All of these intense feelings, side of the eye, all these feelings like my life is out of my control. Under the eye, all this worry about what's going to happen next. Under the nose, I feel so much stress and anxiety. Chin, it feels so overwhelming at times. Collarbones, where a bow tie would be, I just want everything to work out. Under the armpit, where a bra strap would be, and I'm just worried it's not going to. Crown of the head, so I have so many worries and responsibilities. Start of the eyebrow, and it feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. Side of the eyes, I don't feel safe and secure. under the eyes, and I'm ready to release this now. Under the nose, I'm ready to release the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. Chin, I don't need it anymore. Collarbones, the truth is all my needs are met. Under the armpit, and no matter what my brain tells me or wants me to believe, crown of the head, all my needs are met in this moment. Start of the eyebrow. I've always figured out challenging situations in the past. Side of the eyes, and I know I can trust myself to do that again. Under the eyes, and it's totally okay that I'm struggling right now. Under the nose, and I give myself space to feel my feelings. Chin, but I don't need to stay stuck in this or ruminate. Collarbones, because the truth is, I am strong and fully capable. Under the armpit, and there are so many unseen forces that are helping me in the background. Crown of the head, this stress, anxiety, and overwhelm isn't the whole story. Start of the eyebrow, it's just what I'm choosing to focus on the most right now. Side of the eyes, and I have the choice to focus on what is going well. Under the eyes, I make the choice to focus on what is going right. Under the nose, my life is actually so blessed and beautiful. Chin, and I fully trust myself to figure this out. Collarbones, it is safe to relax and trust. Under the armpit, it is safe to release this tension that I'm holding on to. Crown of the head, I am worthy of feeling safe, relaxed, and secure. Start of the eyebrow, and the more that I tap into this energy, the more I will feel it. Side of the eyes, I have everything I need. Under the eyes, I am enough. Under the nose, I believe in myself and my abilities to figure this out. Chin, and even though this can feel really scary and hard, collarbones, I know there is a blessing in this situation as well. Under the armpit, so I'm going to take care of myself through this process. Crown of the head, I'm going to love myself every step of the way. Start of the eyebrow, I know I'm doing my best. Side of the eye, and I'm willing to ask for help when I need it. Under the nose, I don't have to go through this alone. Chin, life supports me and life loves me. Collarbone, it is safe to relax and release this stress. Under the armpit, everything is working out for my highest good. Crown of the head in body, mind, and spirit. Good. Now, right hand on top of the left, thumb tips to touch. Just rest your hands in your lap. Take a deep inhale into your whole body. And as you exhale, sigh out any stress, anxiety, overwhelm. Just imagine it leaving your body. Ah. Good. Again, deep inhale. Exhale, let any stress, anxiety, and overwhelm leave the body with an exhale. And one more like that. Deep breath. Breathe in love, peace, sufficiency into the body. Exhale, release the anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. Just let it go. And just one hand on top of the heart, and just feel that you are safe and secure. Feel into the knowingness that all your needs are met. You have everything you need. Everything is taken care of. You have so many people who love you and support you. And you can tell that inner child, whatever it needs to hear now, I got you. We're going to get through this. Everything's happening right on time in perfect order. All right, relax your hands down. We have about a minute for coaching, but I'm happy to stay a little bit longer if anybody, or if anybody wants to share, this is a great time to share. Maybe share and then your number now, share your number about this, or feel the number about the situation now that you've tapped, now that you've done that exercise. Notice if it's gone down at all. And yeah, maybe you want to share your number and experience you've had. If you want coaching on anything, feel free to unmute yourself and chime in. Nothing. I know if my clients, it's usually people are at like a 7, 8, 9, 10, and then they're at like a 5, 4, 3, 2. Yay! Mia went from a 9 to a 4. Yes, it's like amazing. It's like miraculous. It's like, why don't we do this every day? It's like, it's so impactful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, if you're not yet in the WhatsApp group, definitely go in there, come say hi, share what you're going through, share your celebrations. And tomorrow we are working on energy and we have a super fun practice. We're going to do something that's really energizing. And then on Thursday, we're going to be cultivating connection. So dealing with relationships over the holidays, family dynamics, things like that. And then the 5th day is going to be anchoring in your peace and keeping these practices consistent as you move forward. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'm really having so much fun with you, and feel free to invite other people or pass these videos along to anybody who might need it. Sending you all lots of love today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.